All right, y'all. First and foremost, give all praise, glory, and honor to the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the Son of Mashiach. Some call Yahweh Shai, Yeshua, Yehoshua, Yashayah. We mostly know as Jesus Christ. Um,
Do those
Now, here's a apologist, Brother Dave, coming in, calling in, and they're talking about Gentile salvation here. I've been meaning to get to this video, but this was recent, maybe last week. Anyway, but Captain Tazaryach was saying earlier today that he don't run away from no smoke. You can always call that cross the line number. Even though somebody end up paying, they sent in some money and said get him off, get Dave off. And they were like, well, we got to do it. They sent the money. But anyway, let's look at the conversation here. And again, remember what I was saying last time about the questions. About when somebody has a ton of questions and they're just asking questions, questions, questions. Like you're supposed to be teaching. You're supposed to be saying, hey man, no, that's not correct because of this. But once you flip over and you're going into learning mode, and again, nothing wrong with learning mode, but just is what it is. You don't have answers. And again, nothing wrong with that, you know. Um to switch over to that. But brothers is kind of puffed up and feel like they know everything and they supposed to be defending this. And so that's to be the problem with it. But it's nothing wrong with asking questions back to try to understand. It's just when you be disingenuous and you're really, trying to find a way out and you're trying to find an escape. But let me let this thing play.
Israelites,
Therefore,
Oh,
do those Israelites,
therefore, they which are the faith, the same are the children of Abraham. Right.
mm-hmm,
So, what's the criteria for a non-Israelite to get blessed?
to bless him, to bless
To bless
Abraham and
who?
his seed, that is Christ.
Which is no,
Christ.
no, 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 no. To bless Israelites. It says, "I
Well,
will
who's the
bless."
seed?
The seed is Israel.
Now, Paul says in Galatians 3, and to thy seed, which is Christ.
That's a metaphor, because
uh, oh my goodness, man. Christ is that seed, is what Paul is saying. And Paul is finishing this, and that's and that's why these brothers before they switched over, Deacon them and Sakari, they were saying Paul don't have no authority because Paul was saying some things that that if you understand the text, but I don't think Tazaryach really understand Paul. We need to really sit down and just read those epistles. Read the whole epistle. It's a letter. Just sit down and read the letter. Stop trying to chop it up because then you forget certain things. And it doesn't seem like you knew that that seed was leading into Christ because you wouldn't have said Israel. And eventually he's going to concede. But him saying it's a metaphor was just kind of like him trying to, find some escape. It's a metaphor. Like is he the seed or no? And if he's not the seed, then what's the point of him saying that? Like, come on, man.
Paul also says, "Who are Israelites to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the."
And then this joker went to Romans 9. And that's the worst place. That's what I'm saying. You don't understand Paul's writings. And that's a clear indicator that you don't understand. You can't get past Romans 9. Romans 9, Paul is sitting up there saying, man, listen, man, my people, we got the promises, we got the glory. Man, we were supposed to get, we got the giving of the law, the covenants, who are Israelites. But I wish I could die for them because all that's in jeopardy. They've thrown all of that away with their unbelief in Christ. I wish I can become a curse for them. I wish I could pick up my cross for them because they done threw all of this mess away. And now I'm out here going to Gentiles. Romans 9 ain't something to boast about. Romans 9 is you throwing away your inheritance. These Negroes done threw away their inheritance. And y'all going there like it's something to boast about, like it's something to brag about. And that's because you don't read. Y'all not reading. You're not reading.
Services of God and the covenants. So Paul
So,
says that too. So how do you
here's
resolve?
why that won't work.
Wait.
Because
I don't want to jump there first. The nation,
no, I know.
the seed that came out of Abraham is Israelites. It's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So if Genesis 12:3 says, I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curse thee. If Paul is omitting that part, then the subject is not about non-Israelites. The subject is about heathens, which is what the Israelites became as they were the lost sheep. That's what Galatians, the 3rd chapter.
And I'm gonna tell you, y'all gonna get in trouble with the lost sheep ideology. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. Um, and you don't know what's coming down the pipeline, man. You don't know what's there. You don't know what's in the text. This stuff will eventually come out, you know. But you know, Josephus, we got records from Josephus where these people are, and there are records that these people returned to Jerusalem. And that's gonna be problematic. And I think a lot of that lost sheep comes from British Israelism. A lot of the books that's the lost 10 tribes from 1500s, 1600s, 1700s. All of those books come from British Israelism. Like I seen what's my brother name? Man, I forget my brother name. Eliel. He has this thing about Dan being a Roman or Dan being British. And he don't know that, you know, and you know, he's so prideful, man. I can't even, you know, but he don't know that the sources that he's using is from British Israelism, where America is Ephraim and America is Manasseh and British is Israel. I mean, the British are the Ephraim, and this whole lost tribes, and they went up here. Anyway, y'all don't even. That's what I'm saying. Knowledge is increasing, man. And if y'all are not getting yourselves together, man, like this thing is past the blue letter situation. Uh, if y'all and it's quick to Google this stuff, people just not gonna let you just sit up here and talk no more. It's quick to Google even what I just said about Lost 10 Tribes and all of those books from the 1500s, 1600s. See if they're connected to British Israelism. Anyway, let's go.
Is talking about, because when you get to Galatians, I'm just going right back to Galatians 3. I apologize. So when you get back to Galatians 3, when it says, know ye that therefore they which are the faith, the same are the children of Abraham. The only children of Abraham is who, according to Paul?
Anyone who is of faith. And
According
you're
to Paul,
completely
is that
wrong.
what Paul said?
Yes.
Man, study Paul, bro. Man, just take you 3 days, bro. Take you 3 days. You sitting up here getting volleyballed. Did Paul say that? Yes.
Do those Israelites,
Dang, y'all, I messed up. My bad.
Therefore they which are the faith, the same are the children of Abraham. Right?
mm-hmm,
So what's the criteria for a non-Israelite to get blessed?
to bless him, to bless
To bless
Abraham
who?
and his seed, that is Christ.
Which is
Christ.
no. To bless Israelites. It says, I
Well,
will
who's the
bless.
seed?
The seed is Israel.
Now, Paul says in Galatians 3, and to thy seed, which is Christ.
That's a metaphor, because Paul also says, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, the glory, the services of God, and the covenants. So Paul says that too. So how do
So
you
here's
resolve?
why that won't work.
Wait.
Because
I don't want to jump there first. The nation,
no, I know.
the seed that came out of Abraham is Israelites. It's Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So if Genesis 12:3 says, I will bless them that bless thee and curse them that curse thee. If Paul is omitting that part, then the subject is not about non-Israelites. The subject is about heathens, which is what the Israelites became as they were the lost sheep. That's what Galatians, the 3rd chapter, is talking about. Because when you get to Galatians, I'm just going right back to Galatians 3. I apologize. So when you get back to Galatians 3,
And even that, when Christ says, don't go to Samaria and don't go to the way of the Gentiles. He told you, don't go into the land of the Gentiles, don't go to Samaria, only go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You can't understand that because you're missing a plethora of information, and you got folks in locations where they really aren't. You got them lost sheep in locations that they really aren't.
when it says, know ye that therefore they which are the faith, the same are the children of Abraham. The only children of Abraham is who, according to Paul?
Anyone who is of faith, and
According
you're
to Paul,
completely
is that what
wrong.
Paul said?
Yes,
No, that's
you
not
just
what
read
Paul
it.
said.
Those who are of faith, those who belong to Christ, are Abraham's seed. He says that is.
Good gracious.
Do those Israelites?
I'm
Which is
sorry.
what the Israelites became as they were the lost sheep. That's what Galatians, the 3rd chapter, is talking about. Because when you get to Galatians, I'm just going right back to Galatians 3. I apologize. So when you get back to Galatians 3, when it says, know ye that therefore they which are the faith, the same are the children of Abraham. The only children of Abraham is who, according to Paul?
Anyone who is of faith, and
According
you're
to Paul, is
completely
that what
wrong.
Paul said?
Yes,
No, that's
you
not
just
what
read
Paul
it.
said.
Those who are of faith, those who belong to Christ, are Abraham's seed. He says that is literally what he says. But your analysis there was completely wrong because the gospel being preached beforehand to
This got his head knocked off again because he don't know what Paul said. He don't really know Paul's writings.
Abraham, Israel is only one family of the earth, one
That's right.
nation of the
I
earth.
agree.
And it says all the families of the earth. Now, guess what? And this is why we know Christ is the seed, because Israel is one of the
Remember I talked about the nervous laughing? Remember I tell you about that nervous laughing? But I think he's seen something on the screen too, though.
families who receive the blessing.
So
Peter talks about this and quotes the
wait,
same
don't do
text.
Peter yet. Let's stay with Paul.
Well,
Because
but it's the same text that's quoted.
we agree that the letters of Paul was addressed to the different cities, like Galatia, Corinth. We would agree there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So they have to harmonize, no contradiction, right?
They don't.
So who did Paul say?
Look, he trying to box him in. Oh, man, they got different things. These letters were written for different reasons. The churches that were dealing with Pacific matters. What are you talking about? Stuff got a harmony. Like, what are you talking about, man?
Was the children of God.
What verse are you referring to? I mean, anyone in Christ is a child of God.
No, you have to
Yes.
be the child of the promise to be the child of God. And the promise never went to anyone but Isaac and Jacob. It didn't go to Abraham other sons. It only went to Jacob, the children of Israel. They're the only children of the promise. So, what does
So
that
let
mean?
me ask you: do those Israelites?
And he just dropped again.
Yeah, he just dropped. And Cap, your camera's off. I just didn't want to stop you in your
He shut the
speech.
camera off. Did it die? You got it charged up? He came back. Bring him back on while you fix
Yeah,
that.
his camera was glitching too. It keeps twitching.
Come on, how you ain't charging on, man? Bring him back on. Wait, he's not. Hey, can you hear? Hey, Dave, can you talk?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. If you don't need to put the
Okay.
camera on, that's fine.
Yeah,
So
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
yeah. So where we left off at was, according to the promise, only Israel is the seed. Is
well,
that true?
okay. So, no, I don't agree with your interpretation there. I don't think you understand what's going on because Paul's just beginning his argument. But let me ask you, as
Wait,
it
wait, wait,
pertains
wait, wait,
to
wait.
Rome,
So you're saying that Paul didn't say they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of God, but the children of the promise are the seed? Are you saying it doesn't say that?
the children of the flesh include Israelites who are not.
Oh my goodness, man. The children of the flesh are fleshly Israelites, man, that were born flesh and blood Israelites. And he's saying that those aren't the children of the promise just because they were born Israelites.
No, it
Children
does
of
not.
promise.
No,
It
it does
does. It
not.
literally, the
No, it
grammar of
does
the
not.
text
If
does.
the
I'm
children of
sorry, you're
Israel are
wrong
not,
about the
if
grammar.
the children,
There are
if,
children of Israel.
if the children of Israel are not the children of the promise, then there would have been no point in saying the children of the flesh are not the sons of God, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. That's what it says.
I don't think you heard me correctly. What I said was
Mhm.
is that there are children of Israel who are not children of promise. Paul's argument
Who?
is
Give me the Israelites that are not the children
That boy said who?
of promise.
those who do not come to faith.
Oh my
That
goodness,
don't
man.
okay. Here now. This is what I want all of y'all to understand. I need to see his face. There you go. I want every
No, now you finna go into a diatribe because he don't understand it. You never read it. You never really been taught it, man. Y'all ain't teach Paul. Y'all don't teach Paul's writings. All you teach is Romans 9 and how to get away from Romans 11. But y'all haven't really, and that's what's gonna get y'all in a lot of trouble, man. You think you know, but you don't. Paul says some, it's some very, he said some things that's gonna be hard to unwind, and even Hassad and Deacon them and the priests, they holding back. They can't give it to you. They can't give you the whole thing because you're gonna flip out. You know, you can't digest it in one sitting. You know, you can't digest it. Not where you come from. Not from where you come from. You can't digest it in one sitting. And that's why you haven't even dealt with it. You haven't even. It sounds like you haven't even read these verses before.
everybody to pay attention. This is the word salad that I'm talking about. The Bible says the children of the promise, the children of the flesh are not counted, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. If you're going
Yes.
to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, they can only be the children of the promise when that Israelite.
Like how we get to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, bro? I, like, and we dealing with Paul. We dealing with a whole nother person. He wasn't told to go to them. That's what I'm saying. Y'all be, and you talking about word salad. Y'all be mixing up these dispensations. Y'all be mixing up. Y'all have no clue about timeline. Israel just has no idea about timeline. We just jumping all over the place, man. My goodness. Now you know took them off for darn the situation with the children of the flesh and trying to establish because that's Paul saying. So you're gonna have to go to Paul to define that. What is he saying when he's saying the children of the flesh? These children of the flesh. And it's almost an assumption. You assume that the children of the flesh are the ones, but they're not. Just because they the children of the flesh, don't mean that they just automatically the chosen seed. But it's those of the promise. Okay. And how do you get the promise? He said, you know, those through faith.
Accepts Christ. So the children of Israel that's in Corinth that don't know nothing about Christ, But then the Romans, the actual Roman, that also don't know nothing about Christ, which one can be the children of the promise, according to what Paul said?
Either one, because you're isolating
That's a
a
lie.
single part. Let me show you. I will show you. Let me ask you first. Verse 4, who are Israelites? Is this all Israelites or just some Israelites?
Yes, all.
Okay, great. In 15:27, it says the Gentiles partake of their spiritual
You going to
things.
chapter 15?
Yes, 15:27. The Gentiles partake of their spiritual thing. The Gentiles are taking part of somebody else's spiritual things. Who doesn't have spiritual things that they have to partake of somebody else's?
I want everybody to pay attention to the word salad again. Gentile is not an ethnicity, ladies and gentlemen. Gentile is
Yeah, that's not the
ethnos.
point.
It is the point.
I can't, y'all. Matter of fact, just for y'all.
No, it's not. It says their
I'm gonna tell you why
spiritual
that's
things.
the point. I'm gonna tell you why that's the point. Because Gentile requires context. The children of the flesh not being the sons of God does not require context. The children
Okay,
of
let's get the
Israel.
context.
Wait 1 second.
Let's get the context.
It says neither because they ought to. And what's heavy about this, and I think I said this to you when we talked before. What's heavy about Romans the 9th chapter is Paul is not concerned with Africans. He's
He
not
went back to
concerned with
Romans 9.
Chinese.
Too bad I'm out, y'all.
He's not concerned with Japanese.
Shalom, y'all be blessed. We'll see y'all on the next.
This